Good day! Once again, I'm Teacher Fritchie and here is our mathematics for grade 5. So this week, we will learn about adding fractions. So if you remember, you also had this lesson last year when you were in grade 4. So I hope that you still remember how to add fractions. Okay, before we do the adding part, let us first review some of the concepts of fractions. So we have similar fractions. Now, what are similar fractions? So I have here an example, 3/8, 5/8, and 7/8. So, notice or observe these fractions. Look at the numbers at the bottom. So, 8, 8, 8. They are all the same. They are called denominators. So, the number at the bottom of a fraction is called a denominator. So, look at their denominators. So, basically, they are the same. All of them are number 8. Therefore, we can say that similar fractions are fractions that have the same denominators. So they have the same denominators. That's why they are called similar fractions. Now, what are the similar fractions? So notice, observe the fractions. 1/2, 3/4, 3/5. So look at the denominators. 2, 4, 5. They are the denominators. And they are different. Therefore, we can conclude that dissimilar fractions are fractions that have different denominators. So why did we review about this? Because in solving fractions, in adding fractions, it is important to know if the fractions that you're adding are similar or dissimilar because they have different steps. Now let us add these similar fractions. So the easiest part are the similar fractions. So we have 3/8 plus 5/8 plus 7/8 equals blank. So let's try to solve this one. Now we will add these similar fractions. So we will add the numerators first. 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 15. So we will write 15. And since these are similar fractions, we will just copy their denominators, which is 8. So we have here 15 over 8. But the rule of solving fractions is always reduce to the lowest term. Now, since this is not yet the lowest term, we will reduce this one. So we will divide the numerator and the denominator by their GCF. Now, that is the rule. But since this one is improper fraction, which means the numerator is greater than the denominator, so we will divide the numerator by the denominator. So we will have 15 over 8. So let's divide. 15 divided by 8 equals 1. There's only 1/8 in 15. And then 1 times 8 equals 8. 15 minus 8 equals 7. So we will write 7 and copy the denominator. So our final answer should be 1 and 7/8. That's the final answer. Alright, now that was easy. So let's try the dissimilar fractions. So you add, first example, we have 1/2 plus 3/4. Right, let's solve 1/2 plus 3/4. So these are dissimilar fractions. So first, we will find the LCD. Now, what is LCD? Before, it's called the LCM. So you have your previous lesson about it. So let's find the LCD. Now, the LCD of the denominators 2 and 4 is 4. So, since this one is not yet 4, we will change this. So, 4 divided by 2 equals 2 times 1 equals 2. So, 2 and then the LCD 4. And then add, since this one is already 4, we will just copy this one. 3/4. We will add this. So 2 plus 3 equals 5 over 4. And once again, it is an improper fraction. So we will reduce it to lowest term. divided by 4 equals 1. And then 1 times 4 equals 4. 5 minus 4 equals 1. And then copy the denominator, 4. So, the final answer should be 1 and 1/4. Now, there is another way to solve this one. So, if this is difficult for you, we can try to solve it using a different way. So, we have a second solution. So, let's try. Once again, we have 1/2 plus 3/4. So, we will solve this using cross multiplication. So, what is cross multiplication? So, you will multiply this one. 1 and 4, and then 2 and 3. That is cross multiplication. So, it will look like this. 1 times 4, this one, 1 times 4, we will plus add 2 times 3. And then, multiply the two denominators. 2 times 4. So, we will solve that one. So, 1 times 4 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6 over 2 times 4 equals 8. And then, 4 plus 6 equals 10 over 8. Now, we will reduce this to lowest term. 10 divided by 8 equals 1. 1 times 8 equals 8. 10 minus 8 equals 2. Over, copy, 8. Now, we will still reduce this to lowest term. It's not yet done. So, we will reduce it. So, copy the whole number. And then, 2 and 8 can both be divided by 2. So, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So, the final answer should be 1 and 1/4. So, it's the same as the first solution that we had. Okay, and we have now another example. So, we will add two mixed numbers. So, we say mixed numbers because they are composed of a whole number and a fraction. So, we have 2 and 2/3 plus 4 and 4/5. Okay, we will solve 2 and 2/3 plus 4 and 4/5. So, we will have the first solution or first way of solving it. So, we will add first the whole numbers. 2 plus 4 equals 6. And then, we will convert this one into similar fractions. So, 3 and 5. We will have the LCD of 3 and 5 is 15. So, 15 divided by 3 equals 5 times 2 equals 10 over 15. And then, 15 divided by 5 equals 3 times 4 equals 12. So, now they are already similar fractions. So, we will add all together. So, the whole number. Then, 10 plus 12 equals 22 over 15. But it is not yet in its lowest form. So, we will convert it to its lowest form. So, we have 6, 22 over 15. So, we will copy or improper fraction. So, 22 divided by 15 equals 1. So, we will add 1 to 6. So, it will become 7. And then, 22 minus 15 is 7. So, we have 7 over 15. So, that's the final answer. Now, we will solve this using the second way, second solution. So, let us compare. So, we have 2 and 2/3 plus 4 and 4/5. Now, let's add again. Add together the whole number. So, it's 6. And then cross multiplication. So, we have 2 times 5 plus 3 times 4 And then multiply the denominators. 3 times 5. So it will be 6. 2 times 5 equals 10 plus 3 times 4 equals 12 over 3 times 5 equals 15. So copy whole number 6. 10 plus 12 equals 22 over 15. Notice, it's the same already. So when we convert this to lowest term, it will still be 7 and 7, 15. So they both have the same final answer. So you can use any or either of the two solutions shown as long as your answer is correct. All right, now let us continue. Let's remember, in adding similar fractions, add the numerators and copy the denominators. So you do not need to add the denominator, just copy them. And in adding dissimilar fractions and mixed number, change the dissimilar to similar fractions and then proceed as you are adding similar fractions. So first is you just need to convert them, to change them into similar fractions before you can add them. Okay? Now I hope that you enjoyed our lesson today. See you next time. Bye.